I'm going to show you the Webflow Notion checklist I use for every single build. This helps me keep my Webflow development projects much more organized, stress-free, and ultimately ensures that I don't miss any critical items that I should be taking care of as part of the project, and really just results in a much smoother experience for myself as well as my clients. Now, I'm making this video because if you're a fellow Webflow developer or freelancer like myself, and in fact, this checklist we'll look at is pretty platform agnostic, I would say. You could easily purchase it and then customize it to whatever platform you build on. But to me, this is just going to allow you to build websites at a very high quality and relieve so much mental overhead because you have an entire checklist you can follow. And if you're a prospective client looking to hire a freelance developer like myself or an agency even, this is something I would look to make sure they have for the development as well as the quality assurance and testing phase, because quite honestly, if they don't, then you're probably going to get yourself involved in a nightmare. So without further ado, let me share my screen and walk you through the Webflow development checklist I use for every single build. All right, so now you're looking at the Webflow checklist here in my Notion account. This again is just directly from Flowgurus. I still probably do need to eventually really customize this to my process, but just haven't found the time. And there's other pressing matters, namely integrating AI into my workflow, which if you want to see more videos on, subscribe to the channel because that is going to be coming out a lot next year. I can tell you that right now. So you will see here, this is the Flowgurus Notion checklist, and I will link it in the description as well if you want to check it out. But I will basically copy this and duplicate it for a new project. As you can see here, this is for a current nonprofit divorce organization I'm working with. I hope I will never need their services, as you can well imagine. But you will see here we have the introduction as well as the key steps within the project. One thing I like here is that you can see based on the status that at a glance I can see exactly where I am in this specific Webflow project build. So you will see here we then have steps broken down for each step of the project process, and then accordingly, Webflow, step 3, quality check and test, step 4, transfer and launch, and then a couple post-launch items as well. So let's just go into it. As you can see here, we have the style guide, or actually let's start with the documentation. So there's also some intro things here, but I will let you go through that if you want to. But basically, we want to start with documenting the existing website. So you can see this is very in-depth. We have checkboxes for everything, reviewing the design, planning the fonts, colors, and spacing, exporting the Figma assets. Now, again, a lot of this stuff you probably would already know to do, but it's just so helpful to actually have a checklist walking you through it. And then a lot of times there's additional context as well in case you would need that. Creating a Webflow account, creating a Webflow project. Again, you would be surprised that although, of course, if you are a Webflow developer, it's just so helpful having a checklist to summarize that. And then this way you can make sure you don't actually miss anything. Now, oftentimes this would be especially helpful if you're working with a team of developers. Notion's very collaborative, so it'd be very easy for people to jump in, comment, and check things off as well. Then you have the style guide setup, very important obviously. You have setting up the nav and footer links as well. Then building out all the pages, building the easy parts first, so getting a lot of progress done in the early going, and then building the more tricky, complex parts, especially like animations, effects, things of that nature. Then you, of course, want to make sure you have all the technical SEO things handled, and then also any integrations and automations you're going to need, and then making it sexy, quote unquote, in terms of adding some more animations, effects, loading screen animations, things like that, then cleaning up the build. Now, I normally don't even use this quality assurance checklist because I have my own process, but I'm going to look a bit more deeper into it when I launch this Webflow website just so I can get a better sense of what this is. Maybe it's better than my own, but basically this will walk you through all the key things you need to check before going live. And this is important, goes without saying, because you don't want to launch the website for your clients and then there's some glaring issue that hurts their brand reputation online. So that's why it's so important to have this. And then also do note that while I'm developing the website, I do give my clients the link, the Webflow development link, so that they can check in anytime. Of course, I'm regularly checking in myself though as well. So this just ensures full transparency. And then we have the go live process, which is pretty straightforward. And then post live, getting their feedback, reviewing it, all that. But I don't want to go too deep in depth. Literally, as I'm screen sharing this, I'm like, maybe they wouldn't want me to screen share all this because they're charging money for this template, understandably. But hopefully you got a sense of how a checklist like this could be so essential, regardless of whether you're building in Webflow or not. If you're a web developer, a freelancer, a full-time agency employee, whatever, it is so helpful to have something like this so that you can ensure a seamless development process for both you and your client. If you are looking to hire a Webflow freelancer such as myself, 2026 is right around the corner here. I know a lot of companies are going to be planning out new website builds shortly. In fact, I have an entire video about that, so I will link that up above. But if you want to get in touch with me, check out the video form in the description here. It only takes about 5 minutes to fill out, but gives me all the key information I need to ensure we might be a good fit to work together. And if you are, you'll be able to book a strategy call complimentary directly on my calendar at the end of that form. Otherwise, if you have any questions or comments, drop a comment and I will get back to you. Otherwise, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.